Alright, jumping back into Final Fantasy 12. So, we last left off heading to Old Arcades, and that's just what we're doing. So, trying to make our way to Draklor Laboratories. Alright, let's see what's up here. Now this is new. Plenty of worms come up out of the ground here, but not many of them are a sort with two legs. Come to make your fortune in the capital? A word of advice. Worms, turn back while you still got some gil to your name. Come to buy information, or perhaps to sell. Knowledge is what makes this town work. Why, if I had gil or a chop to spare, I'd make an offer for what you know right now. Meh, lost all my money. Can't even afford an airship back home to Rabanastre. I thought of going back through Sochin, but I hear some ancient worm lurks down there, and I don't much care to run into one of those. You think I could get away on these legs? Bah, I'm stuck here for life. Look, would you buy something to help a fellow out? So I'm going to take all his money. Yeah. So we've got a lot to sell. I think we're going to kind of pop off, so to speak. Specifically, I'm hoping like the maggot hides or whatever. I think we have quite a bit of that. Look at all this money, though. And we should certainly have some bizarre goods as well. Yeah, maggoty flesh. We should have a bit. We have 43. I knew it sold for quite a bit, which is why I wanted to grind it. Yeah, that is insane. 30k. That is really, really good. Oops. Ice Magicite. Exquisite ring. What else does he have? Oh, he doesn't have much. I mean, I'll buy all this just to be nice, but I really don't need it. It's probably irresponsible for me to purchase this. Opal ring. Peasant nets. Large gloves. Blazer gloves. Trident. Sure. Oh, interesting. That is really curious. Welcome to Arcades. Old Arcades, that is. The people here, they all took their dreams up to the city. Adam stripped away and fell back down. Yours is an unfamiliar face. If you're here hoping to go up to the city, best find yourself information that's like to interest the ardents and gentry. Word travels fast in this town. New information is born, grows old, and dies in a day. The Emperor's assassination? Ancient history, my friend. Now that's a face I dislike. It's the eyes. Beady, shining. Eyes that see but ne'er show. You know the sort. And whom do I speak of? Vain, course. Only a man like that could do what he's done, killing his own two brothers, in cold blood for opposing the Emperor. Headed to the city, are ye? Going to be a soldier like the rest of them? I wish you luck. You go up there, you die a little inside. Aye, a part of you goes cold and black, just like them senators. I'd stay down here if I were you. What can you catch here? Well, lots of things, I suppose. Depends on what you're fishing for. Me, I'm fishing for me past. For the fire of my youth. What? No, you cannot feed a family with the past, but you can keep yourself warm at night. I tire of swapping tidbits of information in the street, though there's naught else I fancy doing, truth be told. That's the problem with success. Me dad's the Ed of one of them big entry prizes up in the city. You mean was the Ed? He ain't the Ed no more. There's lots of 'em around here. Them as used to be Eds, I mean. You wonder why I sit here, doing naught, day come, day go? I've done me bit for the Empire. That's why I've earned me rest. Don't you ever fancy a rest, youngin'? Do you have business with us? I'll tell you straight out, we've no money, so don't even bother trying to relieve us of it. Oh, that's rough. That's someone's money. I played many a man false in the city. So I did. Of course I was being played just the same, though I didn't know it. I've ruined so many men. 'Tis all I can do now to hide myself here and hope I don't run into any former clients. What am I doing? Gathering tidbits of knowledge, that's what. Think I got bags of time like you, oldie? 'Cause I ain't. Brother mine. If we'd only bought them cockatrices when we had the chance, why we'd be rich men today, so we would. Brother mine. Cockatrice meat's not half as tasty as they have you believe. This recent interest in them's a fad, you mark my words. Nah, cockatrices or no, our fate's the same. I can talk to him. Me, I've lived here for a good while now, but I had a jolly hard time when I first arrived. The city was a far cry from my native Giza, you see. But I've seen much in this town. People of all walks of life. Now there's a fascinating thing. I've seen plenty of men who failed at it. Lost their hope and then their happiness. Most sad. Why hope's the most important thing of all. We cockatrices, we must hold on to hope even when our days in this world seem to be numbered. Me? I hope to see my homeland once more. Yeah, old Archades is an interesting place. Archades in general is. Who am I? Ain't it plain to see? I'm one of the many what tried to make it up in the city and fell back down here. If only I hadn't signed that paper. Yeah, I was an ardent with the rest of 'em. All it took was one broker, one binding agreement, and nary a scruple in sight if I find 'em all. Hey, did you want some? Oh, how to get to the city? Up these stairs and off to the west. Entrance is up there. Better be prepared, mate. I'm off tomorrow, to Destiny. Mark my words, I'll be the richest man in Archades soon, and I'll bring you a diamond big enough to prove it. So soon? Ah, no. I knew it would come in time. Spare me the diamond. Just stay true. I'll be waiting. Once she gets going, she don't half go on. I only hope her granddad sets her straight. Ain't my place to worry about it, I suppose. Me granddaughter claims she's seen a great airship. Of course, I thought it was the Alexander, that being the biggest I know of, but her description. Mayhap they've made a new, bigger airship now? Oh, they always are. This geezer? Nah, he ain't dead. Not by a stretch. He was a soldier once. Made it pretty far, it seems. He's lived a full life, if you ask me. 'Tis good to be home. Those who went up to the city and ne'er came back. They either made it or fell by the wayside forgotten, but not me. I'm bloomin' hungry. Me mom and me grand keep telling me that sitting's best when you're hungry, but it don't seem to be working for me. Maybe if I have a chat with me mom, I'll forget about me empty belly, or maybe not. I'm bloomin' hungry. What? We ain't here for your viewing, pleasure nor are we begging, nor are we blocking up your precious gutter. Not yet, at least. So get lost. Away, away. My granddad was a right important man up in the city, don't you know? Hush with ye, sweetheart. Begging your pardon, sir. Pay no mind to her. She talks about things she knows little of. I've seen a lot of me past, but today I'm just one of the proud wretches of Old Town, clinging onto the underbelly of the Empire. Now leave us be. Your little brother's back. The pride and joy of the clans come back with tales from the city. So how was it? Don't tell me. You made a mint, didn't you? Enough for all of us, I'll bet. Well, I did set up a shop, but the competition. Let your guard down for a moment and the next store over will slip a knife in your ribs. How I've wanted to come home. Oh, what? A seat there was he sought to play, Kupo, Podi, Podillo. Said he, I'll take you far away, Kupo, Podi, Podi. Yeah, I don't know if I got the beat right. A gourmet tour he promised us, but all we've had is curds and whey. Is that the... Interesting. They got a little song. I've been told that joining the Watch is a good way to get into the world, yet others tell me it's a hard life full of hard choices. What to do, what to be. That's the problem with having too much information. It is difficult to make up your mind. See that bridge up there? On the far side of that is the Imperial City of Archades. When I get a bit bigger, I'm going to be a soldier there. That Sikh over there seems a bit dodgy. Says he's a merchant of some sort, but I haven't seen him peddling anywheres. Oi, you there. You look like someone who knows a good deal when he sees it. So how's about some Mughals then, eh? Oh my gosh. I've got 8 of them. Discount if you take the lot. It's a bargain. They're cute, they dance. I can't buy them? I want to buy them. What a shame I can't actually buy the Mughals. Disappointing. Hello there. Oh, don't bother trying to talk to her. Me sister's not stopped looking off into the distance since her fellow went up to the city. And me? I'm ready to begin a new life up in the city, that's for sure. I've been tricked out of all I owned before, but this time, I'll go prepared. Know where the Alley of Muted Sighs got her name? See, there's 2 kinds of people here. Them as want to go up to the city, and them as want to keep those people down here where they belong, telling them lies, and spread misinformation to confuse them. Them poor ones what never made it up, they're the ones what are sighing, see? You weren't headed up to the city, were you? Psst. I'll tell you a secret, but it stays between us 2, right? I spied something incredible just now. What? Wouldn't you like to know? 'Twas a bag o' coin, just thrown in a barrel it was. With a hoard like that, the city will be me oyster. Now don't go telling anyone you hear. Me gran's got me worried. She keeps on talking about going to the city and making her fortune. Making her fortune? She's old. Trying to go up to Archades, perchance? I know the type. All hopes and dreams, but never any knowledge. You wouldn't venture into a battle without a blade, am I right? To go to the city without the proper knowledge? Why, 'tis the same thing. Well, actually, I'm a monk, so I wouldn't have a blade. Thanks. And I'll tell you something else. It was knowledge what brought them senators to their knees, and that's the truth. Still want to go to the city? Don't think ye can look down on me. I'm saving me gil to get out of here. And up there, why, I've got a bag full of coin put aside already. That is, I had a bag full of coin till someone come along and stole it. God, I was sure it'd be safe as houses in that barrel too. Well, wait a second. I got some information to tell Beasley. You going on from here? On from here's Archades. You go there, you'd best watch yourself. People there, they'd pluck the feathers from a living chocobo if they thought they could make a profit on them. I'd turn back if I was you. You think you might not stare at me? I'm in the midst of a very important conversation. Come to hear a tale, perhaps? There's a lot to be learned from the stories of the past, a lot you youngsters seem to have forgotten. To your peril, you should show a little more respect for fairy tales. Might a boy be in the market for some information? Sorry, I've none worth selling. Such a boy would be wise to pass on anything he heard to me, though. I'll pay a good price for word of going-ons in the Ministry of Law and the Senate. A boy could stand to make a profit. I've plans to go to the city with my bow, but he's kept me waiting for hours. I expect he's lost. He's so provincial. I spent some time in the city once, gathering up all the information I could lay me hands on, but it turns out some of it weren't true, and before long I ended up back down here. The city's just up these stairs. Me Ed says all I've got to do is walk up 'em, but me feet are trembling, what with the assassination and all. People around here, they're the ones what didn't make it up there. Dregs, dropouts. I lie tire o' the vulgar life, but I'll get out. Best not speak to me, lest my ill luck rub off on you. I lost everything. Everything. If I'd only had the right information. Oh, I was hoping to tell him about the bag of coin, but maybe later. Entering the capital? You have credentials? No credentials? We can't just throw open our gates to any old riffraff who happen to be passing by. Be off with you, commoner. Well, well, well. There's a sight for sore eyes. Didn't think I'd be seeing you again. Not here. Oh, wonderful. Enter the street here. This should have been an actual cutscene, in my opinion. A pirate would do well to smile. Wouldn't want to sour his reputation. You know this guy? An old friend. He's a street-ear, a peddler of rumor and hearsay, by the name of Jules. He'd bite a gill given him by his own mother, and shave it by half to pay for her funeral. Sometimes an ear with tight purse strings the order of the day, like when a pirate decides he fancies going up in the world. To the city, you know a way? In Archades, knowledge is power, and power has a way of opening doors, boy. Now a fool will buy a sack of feathers for his pillow, but a wise man, he'll buy the whole stinking cockatrice and get his fill of meat into the bargain. So wise man, how does 1500 gil sound? You would do well to learn the ways of the world, boy, lest the world have its way with you. Dang. I was hoping that I could haggle him. Bright boy, you learn fast. I call this meeting to order. Tell me, boy, heard any rumors in town? Actually, I did hear about a man who picked a bag of coins out of a barrel. Bags and barrels, eh? A boy would do well to bring that morsel to a man named Beasley near here. Tell him what you've heard. He said near here. It's not. Yeah, I was going to say. He's still back here, I want to say. I want to say he's right. Should be like right over here, right? Like right here, sorry. What? You're telling me that you know the bloke that's taking me coin? Oh, it was him, was it? You told him just as I told you. Good boy. I'm not sure what any of this has to do with going up in the world. You're starting fights, man. Oh, witness the power of knowledge, my boy. See? It begins. It is a fight. Beasley's gone wild. Now's our chance. Thanks, Jules. Never thought you'd go for such a meager price. A pirate should know that words are worth gil uncountable. Here's some words for you. The prodigal Bonanza sons come back to the Imperial roost. See? Words of much value, these. Bah. The Imperial City of Archades.
You're gaping like a fish out of water.
I'm just checking out the city. Even if it is the Empire.
You've changed, Vaughn. You were always marching to your own beat. Almost like you were impatient even. In a good way.
Maybe it's because I've seen more now. Never imagined I'd ever come this far away from home. Hey, Lars is here in the city, isn't he? He's a tough one. I wonder how he's doing.
You always were a soft touch, Vaughn. You know what's amazing? I always thought I'd go my whole life without meeting people like the Princess or Lord Larsa. And here we are in the capital.
I know. It's a little over my head sometimes.
Good, Vaughn. You've come to understand the difficulties of serving royalty.
Hey, I'm just along for the ride.
That wasn't a complaint, was it, Bosch?
Right. Let's get moving.
Hey, don't change the subject.
Right.
There's word of trouble in old Archades. I'd steer clear of the area. Not that anyone in their right mind would want to go there in the first place. What if I do? I actually don't. Bro, get out of my way. I have an elderly friend, a court musician by trade. To hear him play the lute, you would think it sang. We go our separate ways here, Vaughn. I've some business to attend to. We'll meet again later. Huh? Hey! I do hope that girl found us tickets to the Mummer's Farce. And the right number on the right day. She can't be trusted with such things. It's been 5 years since I finally quit my lodgings in old Archades, yet still I lack the gil to open a boutique of my own. I've worked so hard and so long, all for money, and indeed I've accumulated some wealth, yet I feel there is something lacking in life. There are those who make crafts and sell them at market, I make not crafts, but music. By my lute's soothing voice do I earn my daily bread. There was a time when I did quite well by it, too. Sadly, people nowadays seem to enjoy cacophonous marches. Few have an ear for the lute's quiet song. How many years have I trained, and still they mock my designs. Tradition, tradition, fie! What good building aught that is already built? We live in an empire, but 'twas not always so. How did it come to be? Military might? Wise rule? No, it must take more than these things. How can we hope to carry an empire's glory onto the future, if we know not her past? Yet our academies teach us little of her true history. The population of this great city continues to soar, and buildings sprout like toadstools after the rain in this unruly garden of Archades. I'm having trouble putting a man I met, a business associate of my father, from my mind. He was so dashing, so mysterious. Of course, I'm certain a gentleman of his means would be affianced at the very least. Affianced? At the very least? Of course he would. Oh my, oh my, oh my, my, my. I was asked by my mother to buy tickets to the farce, and I bought one too many. Oh, my mother despises waste. I shall be punished for sure. Yeah, you can already kind of tell from these conversations how they match up with each other. I was born of empire, raised by empire, and within her walls did I grow old. Yet the city was not always grand, nor the empire always prosperous. Youths today, they know only of her glory and nothing of her history. How little they think on the sacrifices of the past. It troubles me. Money is like to a seed. Do you not agree? Keep it locked away. It is as something dead, yet use it poorly, and it will never live. There must be someone with use for my money, for I would have it live, and if I could but find the hands to tend it, I would gladly share its fruit. Yeah, he goes for the boutique. So you see, like, information is everything in this city, and we can use it to make people's lives better. Hello there. You haven't dropped a letter, have you? See, I found one in the street, and I couldn't help but read it, and it said, "There is an epistle to love. Freely have I released it. Should it return to me, and shall my love be made true?" And that was all. Odd, wouldn't you agree? Do you know the Tarot? I'm a reader here in town. You might think a modern city would have small use for such things, yet I feel just the opposite. I don't expect much from an item shop, but we will see. Hello there. If you're after requisites, you come to the right place. And there's also a notice board upstairs if you fancy doing a bit of hunting. Me? I enjoy just reading about the fiends out there. Maybe I'll go on a hunt myself someday. Make a few gil, get into scrapes. Sounds brilliant. Sometimes you come to these places and you make an incredible find. Not today, though. Perhaps I should try my luck at the bazaar. Honestly, these people, they come up from the country, and they stare, but do they buy? Never. Maybe they lack the necessary coin. Oh, but I do grow weary of this. Hello, I'm the chop master. Help you with aught? What are pine and sandalwood chops? Here in Archades, people spend their whole lives trying to get their hands on pine chops, and if they're lucky, a chop of fine sandalwood. Gil. They're only good for the buying and selling of goods. You can have all the gil in the world and it won't buy you respect. Only chops of pine or a chop of sandal will win you that. You see, the chops represent your contribution to the greater good of the empire. Common citizens might come by pinewood chops enough during their daily lives, but it takes a soldier or some great deed to earn sandalwood. Aught else can I help you with? Looks like you've nary a chop to your name. Are you sure you belong here in the city? Best of luck to you. Welcome, welcome. Requisites and items for all occasions. Here for your perusing pleasure. If it's a venture you seek, Better go prepared. Oh my goodness. I know that's like half my money, but I can buy X potions? That's insane. I'll 100% do that. I do so love to cook. Why, the other day I held an impromptu party at my house and fed a new dish of mine to my closest acquaintances. Why, they told me 'twas a taste to tantalize the tongue of a philosopher of cuisine. Yet their faces were sour as old Nana cheese. My new dish was terrible. I'm sure of it. I've invited them back, of course, to no reply. Could it truly have been so bad? My nephew's collecting these gambit things, so I thought I'd see what all the fuss was about. I must admit, they're prettier than I expected. I'm trying to explain gambits to my dear mother, but she fails to grasp the most basic concepts. Perhaps if I took her to battle next time. Greetings, welcome to Blues Gambits, helping to add strategy to assault and battery. I like that. That's funny. Add strategy to assault and battery. I should own all of them, but I just want to make sure. I went to battle once. A commander I was. I remember my gambits as though 'twere yesterday. There are so many new gambits these days, 'tis hard to tell one from another. Yeah, gambits are super fun. I haven't really looked up any like builds for them because I want to utilize my own. But they're really good. Okay, yeah. We already talked to her. Have you been to the requisite shop? I must say they've done a splendid job of improving inventory of late. Quite a selection. I'll say X potions. That's crazy. Me? I've been running all about town trying to sell enough greens to please me partner. She wants to build a farm out in cheetahs, see? What was she saying she'd run out of again? Noses of something? No, that weren't it. Huh. No time for pondering. Gotta sell, sell, sell. You don't know who I am? The only philosopher of cuisine recognized by the Senate, that's who. My good husband works at Dracula Laboratory. Well, I shouldn't say this, but he works on something so secret that he can't even tell me. Now, he's not the giving type, my husband, but just the other day he gave me the most unusual gift, a card. I've taken to carrying it around with me, and it's quite odd, but I feel the strangest urge to spend my gil at the Raffa House, or on stock notes. I'm sorry, I cannot help myself. I'm in love. With whom? 'Tis a secret. Well, I've not told even him. Why not? Well, I wrote a letter, an epistle to love, and I'll not confess my love until that letter finds its way back to my hand. Romantic, no. I had thought to vacation in Bujerba, you see, but I run a small enterprise and I just haven't been able to find the time. To my good fortune, I was recently permitted to go on leave. Straight away I went to reserve a ticket, and to my misfortune, the tour was full. I've been waiting for an item I've wanted for such a long time. The proprietor said she'd order one straight away, but that was over a month ago. I've my brother kept keeping an eye out for me, but he's not one to remember such things. Oh well, I suppose I shall have to make do without. Headhunters employ gambits during battle to aid their judgment, correct? Now what I've been pondering is, what about a gambit for the market? He literally just talking about scripting. Tours of the aerial guardians in Bujerba are quite popular these days. We often find ourselves fully booked and have to turn people away. I don't think we have to enter the aerodrome at this point. We will eventually. I think with the entrance to Arcades, I want to say we can finish the side quest. The marriage side quest. I heeded my father's wishes and became a researcher at a laboratory, but my colleague's behavior has proven to be rather odd. I've thought on this a great deal, and I've decided it's time to leave. Yet my father was so happy, I haven't had the heart to tell him. I'm terribly sorry, darling, but I've given up the stage. No more autographs, please. Very well, you may shake my hand if you must. Oh, you didn't want... pardon me. I assumed... I was an actress, you see, quite famous in my day. I mistook you for an enthusiast. My apologies. For many years, I researched but one thing, and when I retired, my daughter agreed to continue my work. How happy she made me. But the research, it knows no end. Someday I hope to see my daughter marry, bear children, but still this great work will not be done. He's just yelling this at me at this point because I'm so far away. Yet it is not in vain, no. Even though the pace may be slow, progress is being made. Such is the many splendid thing that is scientific inquiry. The path to stardom is a difficult one to be sure. To dance, to sing, all of this takes great effort. And of course, you must know how to act. The enterprise at which I'm employed has fallen on hard times of late. This month, they've halved my wage. Halved! And things were going so well. I mean, that's actually insane. Like, that is, like, imagine going to work and then telling you make half what you make now. Like, I mean, for 95% of people, it's like, that's, you know, that's unlivable. That's crazy. I may not look it, but I'm quite athletic, you know. My family boasts from a grand line of gamesmen, renowned for excellence on both track and field. I've made a mistake, a horrible mistake. I fear my superior is vexed, quite vexed. That instrument I dropped, oh dear. Have you seen those chaps running pell-mell about the city? Newcomers are always this way, working up a sweat as they claw their way up the ladder. Only those with 3 or more chops may ride this cab, boy. Nothing personal, I assure you. A chop, what's that? We just learned this. If you lack a chop, you pay coin. That's 1,000,000 gil, thank you. What? That's crazy. Having a spot of trouble, are we? I have a message from Master Balthier. He's waiting in Central. He says to come quickly. On this, but we need a chop. What is a chop anyways? When a boy wants information. That's right. A boy pays 2,500 gil. Sounds about right? I guess I do. Why, any upstanding citizen of the Empire carries a chop. It's a mark of status sometimes, a writ of transit others. If you were aiming to go to Central, where the gentry live, I'd think you'd need 3 chops. How do you get them? Like I've said, the key is knowledge, boy. You do your part here on the street, talk to the right people, you'll earn your chops in no time. That doesn't sound so bad. Oh, people in Arcades love doing good deeds. Why, if they're helping you out, it must mean they're superior. Understand, boy? Not sure I do, but I'll give it a try. Thanks, Jules. A friend of Master Balthier's is a friend of mine. This man with the most pixelated of faces. What am I doing? I'm crying wares for the armorers. You should have a gander if you need not. When I get enough chops, I'll be riding nigh in one of them cabs, and that'll be the end of all this. I'll be sitting pretty up in Eye Garden, innit? A new employee of mine broke an instrument on his first day in the lab. I really want to give him some words of encouragement, but I'm so busy. Worry not, I'd tell him. Such things only cost 1,000,000 gil or so. Your concern should be the bigger picture, not such trifling details. I want him to know I'm on his side, you see? I yearn for some new jewelry, and one ring in particular, a rare blue diamond. I saw it just yesterday, yet we can ill afford such luxury, and you never know when we might need extra for an emergency. Still, my husband's enterprise has done well. I'm sure we'll soon have gil enough. I've recently begun work at a laboratory. 'Tis like heaven for me. Plenty to read, and no one telling me I ought to do otherwise. Why, the laboratory library is the envy of every student in the academy. There's no greater store of obscure texts anywhere in Iblis. We might as well go to the armaments. I'm heading back home to Balfenheim, but not by airship. Can't bear the things. Plan on taking the road through Sochin. Came here to get outfitted for the journey, but I got to thinking, what if I run across some beastie I can't handle along the way? It's official. The Ministry of Law has announced that the Senate conspired to oust House Solidor and masterminded the Emperor's assassination. Ministry or no, these are lawless times, my friend. Good time to purchase some armor. Good day, sir. Looking for protectives? Greetings. Might I tempt sir with some quality armaments? It's pretty cool. I like how Burning Bow is here, because we gotten that earlier. Yeah, we'll do the penetrator crossbow. Why not? I'm just trying to make Bosch the strongest boy in the world. I think that's fair. To be completely honest, I don't even remember what Ash is wearing. Winged helm and scale armor. That all seems very terrible. Like, what does she get again for armor? Like, good stuff as a knight, right? Like, it's pretty boss. Okay, well, she's basically unlocked everything. So when I talk to the armor, anything that highlights for her, I think we gotta do it, right? Like, look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's insane. I know she loses speed, but I feel like the benefit is so high. It's just so great, right? Like, you get so much out of that. The forges of the Arcadian Empire are surely the best at weapon crafting in all Ivalice. Makes one think, what if one were to sell them abroad? One could make a healthy profit, an honest profit, too. Not like those the fat-bellied senators were skimming from imperial coffers. Is that a sentence, or am I dyslexic? I don't understand. Makes one feel a fool for working at all. You can at least buy one of those spears, or weren't you planning to defend me? But I've never used one of those, dearest. And what if I hurt someone? That's the whole point of the spear, man. I'm trying to hurt. A coral starts charging you. That's what the spear's for. Alright, we should hit the shops here. I'm not going to start the side quest on information quite yet. I don't think. Welcome, welcome. I'm sure you'll find our selection of magics befitting of the Empire's finest magical emporium. Thundiga, Fireга. Oh, I'm already out of money. That is unfortunate. Yeah, buying X potions is probably a bad call. Sweetwing, had you heard? My good friend Otto's gone missing. Oh, I heard. Fell in love with a, pardon me, tart down in old Arcades, they say. He always was a character. Yeah, we actually saw him. Where could my moon silver medallion be? Where? You would hear of my plight? It is sad, though common. I needed money. Unthinking, I sold my moon silver medallion. I must have it back. I have need of it, but the man to whom I sold it, one Otto, is missing. Do not make me speak of this again. It is shame to me. I sold my moon silver medallion for money. Though it be a symbol of a love that endures, unlike love, it has a price. I must have it back. I have need of it. The man to whom I sold it, one Otto, is missing. Bah! You must think me foolish. I doubt it not. I am a fool. I should never have left her behind in old Arcades to come here. She always dreamed of a place where we could be happy together, and it made her sad. She would spend hours gazing into the distance. Me, I gazed up at the city, so sure it held the answer, that I was destined for greatness, but that was the most foolish dream of all. Just Chop Master, yeah. Oh, it's her! She was in Nalbina. Shh, don't talk to me. You? I met you in Nalbina, did I not? Don't you remember me? I'm July, the street ear. Why, thanks to you, I received a fine reward from the wife of an Imperial, particularly unfond of chocobos. In fact, I owe you my gratitude. Here. So long, then. What am I doing now? I work for an inquiry agency, as a matter of fact. The coin is good, but it's wearisome work, really. What did I get there? That was loot, right? Yeah, that's actually insane. I think that's a drop from the Entites. Is this where we meet Balthier? I always forget. I think it might be. Or it's actually it's through the I'm being dumb. We meet him through the actual like cap. All right. Well, let's go talk to Otto, because I do want to check out the moon silver amulet. Planning on leaving me behind, were you? That is kind of a funny scene. That's not Otto. He should be like over here-ish. Like corner, I want to say. Right? See this? 'Tis a wedding band of moon silver. You didn't have to give me this. Why, your words alone give me joy enough. What are you staring at? Something against cross-class relations? You think that two people from different backgrounds can't share true love? I'll have you know that when I first came down here, it was her who took me in. Without her, I'd still be in a gutter somewhere, friendless. Kindness like hers, you won't find up there in the city. Mark my words. Dude, Otto's got it figured out. There's no place for it. Can't you see? Or are you blinded by your chops? So I said to the underworld with class, to the underworld with status, and I proposed. Her favorite story's The Prince on the Moon. See? So I'm giving her a ring made of moon silver. What? You don't think that's You're looking for moon silver? A medallion? Well, why didn't you say so? I had to take a chunk off for the ring, but this will suffice. It's yours. I've helped you out. I've given you the medallion. Maybe you could say a little prayer for us in return? That'd be right decent of you. I only know the Lord's Prayer, and that doesn't seem relevant right now. We go our separate ways here, Vaughn. I have some business to attend to. We'll meet again later. It is kind of funny we can pull him away. I feel like he just shouldn't be a part of the party, to be honest. Like, if he's doing business when we leave Archades, he should just not be here. Like, we should just lose him. Maybe that's harsh, but it feels more on theme. I don't know, I definitely understand if they're like, Balthier's your main guy, and you lose him. Like, it feels bad, but I don't know. Wait. Oh, it was the magic shop I was in, wasn't it? I know it wasn't the technique one. I don't even think I've entered the technique one. I have asked that you do not make me speak of this. I told you I sold the Moon Silver medallion for... What? You have found the medallion? Might I please? I thank you. Without this, I would have been in great disfavor with the Frog King. But what is this? It is broken. No, this is most unusual. A piece has been taken away. Yet the medallion is somehow stronger. This warmth. This is true love. I believe this medallion has been in the presence of a great love. Though its form be diminished, it is rather as if it had been made whole. I return now to the king. I am in your debt. My gratitude be with you. Yeah, I didn't think that was like a pine wood chop thing. I thought that was just a nice thing to do. Throw Balthier off again. Oh, I guess it happens every time. Interesting. Oh, I got a Sky Pirate's Den thing? What did I get? Wasn't that? Is it this? Oh yeah, it's probably the Gertie one. Interesting. Little achievement, so to speak. Yeah, let's read about the Mandragora. Being a vegetative creature that grows in water of high salinity, the vines twisting up from its neck form a distinctive mask. As it screeches quite injurious to man, chemicals are often spread to prevent these creatures' growth, yet their vine masks prevent all but the most lethal of mixtures from actually killing them. Those natural philosophers who have studied their extraordinary powers of reproduction have pressed for an increase in the use of such chemicals. Oh wow. I was trying to make an herbal remedy, but I ended up making a bomb. Based on the ingredients I used, I'd say what I've got is something much like a poison bomb. What did I use? Why, bomb ashes and a fire crystal. Believe me, you don't want to know what my remedy was for. being a variety of wolf with leaden scales upon its back, and the flats of its hands and feet withal. Having the curious habit of eating small rocks along with its prey to aid the digestion through a grinding in the stomach. That's actually a sick, thing to describe. That's so cool. It's unique. Yeah. It is thought that the lead and zinc from these stones passed into the beast's body, eventually leading to the formation of their unique scales. It is said that once the son of a rich nobleman set out on a journey to prove his worth, his goal, to collect a piece of storm magicite, an insect husk, and a tanned giant skin. He thought it wise to deck himself with platinum gear, but its purchase cost him all his gil, and with no money left for traveling, his journey was cancelled. If it were me, I'd sell the gear and give me something of real value. Alright, well that's going to wrap it up for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. When you come back, we're going to be playing more Final Fantasy. Until next time.